Hi there, thanks for tuning in. My name is Maria, and today I am going to make a Portuguese flan pudding cake. When I say cake, it's not your traditional cake. It's a flan. It's almost like a custard base, and it's absolutely delicious. So stay tuned, and let's get into that kitchen and let's get started. There's only 5 ingredients in this recipe for this pudding flan. And basically it's condensed milk, sugar, water, milk, eggs. And that's it. We'll need a mixing bowl, a saucepan, a bundt cake pan, and a roasting pan. And that's it. So let's get started. We're going to get started with our sugar. We'll melt down our sugar to make the caramel. That's 1.5 cups of sugar. Turn our burner on. I'm going to turn it on to medium-low. It's really important to stay at the stove while this is melting. We have to continuously stir because we don't want it to burn. You got to be extra careful here because this is sugar that's being melted down and it gets really hot. So right now, just to show you what it looks like, it's just starting to melt and I got to keep stirring. Little patience is required here because you have to babysit this. So I went ahead and put 1/2 cup of hot water. I'm just going to stir for another minute. We want to get a consistency of a thick goo. I've turned off the heat. All right, so after a few minutes, we have completely dissolved all the sugar. We incorporated the hot water, and now we have exactly what we want, which is the syrup, the caramel. I had to turn off the flame a little bit. We just don't want it to burn. That's the only thing about this process is it's very easy to burn the sugar. So a little patience and you'll get there. All right, I've got the exact consistency that I want. Okay, so we're going to take our caramel and we're going to pour it in our bundt pan. And the goal is we're going to pour it and we're just going to do this motion so it will coat. The goal is to coat the bottom and the sides of the bundt pan. It's very hot, so be very, very, very careful when you're doing this. It may seem like a lot of caramel, but ooh, that's hot. Ooh. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it. It's gonna cool down some. And set that aside. We've got our bowl. We're going to pour 500 milliliters of condensed milk. So basically 2 cans of your condensed milk. I'm still trying to get used to the grams instead of milliliters. It seems to be everything's in grams here in Europe. I love condensed milk. It's so yummy. It's sweet. So 2 cans, 500 milliliters. And I will have the ingredients, measurements in the description below, so not to worry. We're going to add our 1 liter of milk. And 8 eggs. Well, you know what? I want to stir the eggs separately before I put that in, because it just will be that much easier to get it all mixed, incorporated. Eight eggs. So I'm going to whisk this together. It's just easier that way. I probably could have used a bigger bowl, but that's okay. We should be good. One thing I noticed about the Portuguese cuisine, as far as baking like sweets, they are mostly egg-based and very simple, really. They're not too fussy on desserts. So what I'm doing here is just getting the condensed milk and the milk stirred evenly. And then I'll add the egg yolks and the egg. Well, actually it's not egg yolks, eggs. 8 eggs. Next time I'll have to use a bigger bowl. That's the biggest I have for glass. I like using the glass so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. I'm gonna whisk this all together. Oh boy, should have used a bigger bowl. Note to self, bigger bowl for next time. So we're just slowly and gently mixing this together. So 2 cans of condensed milk, 500 milliliters, 1 liter of milk, 8 eggs, and that's all that goes into this pudding part. We've made our caramel, it's waiting for us. Oops. And we're gonna strain. Let's hope it doesn't fall, because this flan will be silky smooth, absolutely delicious. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. All right, now we're ready to pour our pudding into the bundt pan. I've got a little extra, probably because the pan, it's a little smaller than the one I have in Canada. I've placed 2 cups of water into the roasting pan, so we're giving this a Maria bath, Bain Marie. I think I'm going to add 1 more cup, just 1 more, because I don't want it to. It should be 2.5 cups, let's say. We want the water to come up about ½ an inch. We're going to get it into the preheated oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for 60 minutes. I will check on it in about ½ an hour, but that's all you got to do. Just let it do its thing in the oven. The flan is looking beautiful. I'm going to be taking it out in about another 5-10 minutes. So we're ready to remove the flan from the Maria bath, and we're going to grab it very carefully, and we're going to just let it sit and cool down. It'll cool down, and then when it's warm to the touch, we're going to refrigerate it. And we're going to refrigerate it for probably, well, until we're ready to eat it. So it has to be chilled. When it warms down enough where we can actually handle it with our hand, we're going to place it in the fridge. We're going to let it cool down for at least 4 to 6 hours. We'll take it out when we're just about ready to serve. We'll gently flip it over. It's not difficult. You're just going to have to put the plate over it and then flip it gently. There's going to be a lot of the caramel oozing out. So I've had the flan pudding in the fridge overnight, and I am ready to place it on the platter. Our guests will be arriving in the next couple of hours, so I'm just preparing, and then I'm going to put it back in the fridge, and when I'm ready to serve, then we'll slice into it. So the goal here is to grab your platter, do that, and flip it over. Okay, so again, we're going to put our platter over the flan, the bundt pan, and we're going to quickly flip it over, and hoping that it does not stick. It shouldn't, but sometimes you just never know. Here we go. Okay, moment of truth. 1, 2, 3. OMG. Oh my, look at that. My caramel, it's turned into candy at the top there, or at the bottom of the pan. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Oh my goodness. I gotta look this up. Boy, there's a lot of candy in there. It's not supposed to do that. I guess I chilled it too long. But look at that. Oh my God, it looks so good. Look at that. Okay, well, there she is. She's all ready to be eaten. I'm going to place her back into the fridge, and when we are ready for dessert, I'll bring her back out and slice into it, and we're sure going to enjoy this dessert. That's Portuguese flan pudding. It is phenomenal, really, truly phenomenal. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. In case I forget to ask, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We would really appreciate it. Thank you.